Oh, hello there, how are you all doing? It's going to be a kind of follow-up to my Ian Carroll video, because I've been having quite a lot of conversations about it in comments and on Telegram and on X of the mixed bag of sort of results. Some people are shocked but receptive. Some people are like, I knew it! It just confirmed everything I needed to know. Whereas others, the more interesting ones, have been a bit hostile, to say the least. You see, one thing I've noticed, when you point something out to the anti-Israel mob, the zealots of that idea, is that they don't like it when you point out that there's suspicious stuff about their... Sit down, Marley, sit. Right, come on. Dog gets stressed about cars and starts spinning around everywhere normally. Right, so what I was saying is that they get a bit stressed when you start not just questioning the leadership, because that's what they are. They follow Ian, they follow Candice, therefore they're their leaders. When you question them, or when you put forward evidence that they're not entirely above board, or as above board as these people think, they don't like it. It's alright when they're calling everyone else a shill, but as soon as you point out that, hang on, your guy here, very shilly, you tend to get a bit antsy and a bit annoyed. You see, these people, they fail to understand why Israel is made so prominent in and held aloft at people's ire. Why you have to hate Israel, why you have to hate the Jews, how that relates to the system, what the system is, how the system works, why it uses Israel as a shield, as a smokescreen. Basically, they don't understand a damn thing. Their impression of the world is black and white, materialistic. Their concepts of money, the finance world in general, and what it actually is, what it actually does, is wrong as well. The financial system doesn't work how you think it is, how you think it does. Power doesn't come from where most of you think it does. Most of you attribute power to wealth, to the amount of money that these people have, or rather assets that they own. And whereas granted, the people at the apex have 1500 years of generational wealth beneath them, that's not where their power comes from. Power comes from blood, from lineage, from purity of that lineage and length of that ancestry. Titles carry over get passed from generation to generation. Same goes for power and status. There's a guy called Nathan Reynolds said it's not so much how much money you've got in your wallet, it's who you've got in your phone book. That makes all the difference, and that's true. Very true. This is why there's no Jews at the top, because they're common stock, all of them. They don't descend from royalty. Not the right kind of royalty anyway. They're all European, stemming from either Scandinavia or Italy. And the Italians are all papal princes. Part of the black nobility, the actual upper echelons of the black nobility, not the merchants who were below them. There is also, come on, these Sassoons, and as I mentioned last time, they're not Jews either. They're Edomite. They come from the Sadducees, the Pharisees, priest class. Which is why the patriarchs of the Sassoon family are rabbis. Possibly the highest ranking, I suppose you could call them, rabbis in Israel. The Sassoons run Israel. It's not the Rothschilds, as people think. It's the Sassoons that have control, always have. Israel was set up for them, not for the Rothschilds. The Balfour Declaration was to get a Jewish state for the Sassoons. And they were helped by the Europeans. Wallenberg, Ruzaf Shellshatter, Vigil Koskinen, Byron Kreutz, Peiser, stroke Bourbon. Yes, Bourbon. French Bourbon, no, not Spanish. Grosvenor. The family that actually runs Britain, not the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds are an agent of the Grosvenor family, because the Grosvenor family have been around since the 11th century. No royalty. Rothschilds aren't. In the US, there's the Peiser family, which are the upper branch of the Bourbons, French Bourbons. They run America and the rest of the world. Have done since 1920, when LCP, Louis Cass Peiser, took over the Stock Exchange of London. You already had the one in New York, and that was all you needed. They control the money supply, they control every single multinational corporation there is in the world, simply because when they did that, took over the allocation of the stocks, we all became trustees. Money isn't worth anything. Everything we acquire is acquired in trust for the Peiser family and their affiliates. I'll probably go into this a lot more next time. You people blaming Israel for everything haven't got the first clue how this world works. What runs this world? The kind of harvesting, the currency, the actual currency that runs the world, not money. It's what money is used for, to bypass and hijack and represent. But it's not what runs the world. But if you want to know, you'll have to let me know. Tell me in the comments, alright? Like, share, subscribe, you know. Today's Remembrance Sunday. And it's a time where we're meant to remember our fallen brethren that died throughout all the wars that have been waged since World War One. On the 11th of the 11th, 11 a.m. What's the 11th then? Armistice Day. But we remember it on the Sunday closest to it, because actual Remembrance Day is on Tuesday. So we have all the church services and everything else today. People proudly wearing the poppies. I forgot to put mine on when I came out here. But anyway. And while it's all good, I completely agree with remembering our fallen troops. People that died literally to keep us free. What they thought they were doing. On a day like this, I like to remember the unsung heroes, the people that pretty much nobody knows about. Well, literally nobody knows about. Nobody knows what they did. Yeah, these are the kinds of people that are a tremendous loss to us all. Even though, like I said, most people don't know about them. The researchers that work tirelessly to expose the truth that many of you use for your own research, for your own peace of mind. Many of them have died for the information that they carry. Great many of them often knowing that what they knew would get them killed. And yet they still got that information out. Many of the ones that have gone, that were sort of known, were kind of smeared and discredited often after they'd passed. Never to their face. They burn the character of the man and not try and pick away at his argument. I've known so many like that, so many brave people. That have had a passion to search for the truth. The latest to go was a guy called Neil Wilson. I dedicated, not my last video, but the video before that, to him, and the tune as well. Neil was a pretty much, he became pretty much an integral part of the Data Drops family that we have on Telegram. My Telegram page, the Data Drops page, not the chats page, the Data Drops page, are all researchers that I've handpicked because their information is good, their information is solid, and they present a side of the argument that neither side tends to see. And so Data Drops is literally a mixed bag of everything. Even though I may not agree with what a lot of the researchers say, our family of researchers, I still respect their opinion, and I still respect the fact that they need a platform, and so they have drops. Neil was one of those people, but he never really uploaded to the page. He never really wanted to lend his name to a lot of things, really, apart from a medical malpractice page, which was all about mostly Pfizer, and it was a sharing of information that we had. He actually thought of me first, he said, when he invited me to start posting to that page. Again, that's another page where you need to be invited to actually post. And he said, the first person I thought of was you because of the library that you have. And then, like I said, started sharing information a lot. I mean, we did do before that. We very rarely agreed, right? This is something that was different about Neil. We very rarely agreed. Our discussions sometimes got pretty heated, but we both respected the knowledge base that each other had and recognised that we were speaking to a very intelligent person. Although some of his ideas were batshit crazy. But he probably thought the same about me. He's a real giant of intellect, as he said. One that will be missed. He kind of reminded me of one of my mentors. He died in the first of my mentors to go, my two mentors. He died in November 2021, 11th of November to be exact, 2 days time, Remembrance Day. I think he did it on purpose to make sure I remember when he died. You're not going to forget me, you fucker. 93-year-old, sharp as a tack until the day he died. Amazing man. And then, like I said, the second of my two mentors died. January 2023, January 23rd. 68. It was very aggressive bowel cancer though. Spread to his stomach and then told me about a month before he died. Wanking. He was one of them people that was very harsh on you, but doing it for your own good. So for a long while, I always thought he was an arsehole. And then he asked me for a meeting, a gathering that we have around this time of year, which will be happening again on Tuesday. We have to remember my other mentor, who was a mentor to all of them. Many of us that go there. And he told me at that get together that he wanted me to write his memoir, wanted me to ghostwrite it, which meant I needed to interview him, spend some time with him. And I think it was to let me see how much he cared about me. How proud of me he was. I miss them both, I really do. Yeah, and then my brother died that year. June. He was another one that was very intelligent, but didn't really know half as much as what I did, but he knew enough. There's so many genuine researchers that are out there that are on our side that you may not agree with. And half the time you call them shills or controlled without even really understanding, one, what we're talking about, and two, what the hell a shill is, a controlled opposition. There, yeah, I've gone over this so many times. I'm not going to do it again. And three, believing you understand the way the system works. None of you do. as I said in the other video that I've tagged this one onto. I say what I do with the confidence that I do because I spent time with the people that know. Lengthy amounts of time with people that know, and they know because they are the system. Many of you have followed me for a while, talked to me on Telegram, know about my former job. I used to be a ghostwriter, but specialising in autobiography and memoir, which meant lots and lots of interviewing. But the way that the techniques that I used, that there's only a tiny handful in the UK that actually use this technique and are actually at the same sort of professional level, and barely another handful around the world, I think. But essentially, I would mimic the writing style of the contract, basically the person who I was contracted to write for, which meant that I got to meet, through my mentor's contacts, I got to meet some very interesting people, spend a very long time with them, talking at length about their lives. Because in order to mimic their writing style, I needed to first learn how they spoke, learn their lexicon. Everyone has a unique lexicon, everyone has a unique flow to the way they talk. And I had to mimic that. I had to learn that and then mimic it in their writing. Because all of that transfers into your writing style as well, believe it or not. So unlike most ghostwriters out there, they write for the odd celebrity here and there, and you can tell that it's not them because they're using big words and they're dumb as fuck. There's no way you'd be able to tell when I did it. I know how the system works because I've talked to the system. And that's all I'm going to say.